everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last super cool EVA foam prop build, we went video game when we did Batman's grapnel gun from the video game Arkham Origins. Now if you missed that video or you've missed any of our other videos, you can see them all on our channel's homepage. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach the link below the video to our homepage so you can check out Batman's grapnel gun and any of the other videos you want to check out. So in this episode, we're going to go ancient again. That's right. Without further ado, Black Sheep Props would like to introduce you to the newest member of the family. The Viking Helmet. Get the heck out of here. Check that out, man. Woo! Banged up, hacked up, dented, dirty, with horns. That's right. In this episode, making an EVA foam Viking Helmet Part 1. We're going to begin going step by step through how to make this crazy Nordic lid. And if you want to build along with us, we've got a template for this build and a template for every one of our other builds on our storefront. So we're also going to attach that link below the video. So if you want to pick up a template, build along with us, that'll be cool. Or just chill out and check it out. That's cool too. So, if you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Okay, there's the four pieces that make up the shell of our Viking helmet. So now we're going to transfer this over to foam and start getting down. All right, there we go. There's our pieces that make up the bulk of our helmet structure. Okay, we're going to come in with our X-Acto knife to cut this curve. Nice 90-degree cut, pretty darn cool. Now we're going to come in here with the tip of our X-Acto blade. We're going to start right in, and we're going to come out. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to start right there at the tip. All right, now we've got a nice corner in there. So now when we go to seal this, it's going to seal nice and tight. All right, both cut. Now that's why it's important to use a super sharp X-Acto blade. Beautiful, look at that. Man, that's nice. Really sharp corners too, which you need for when you begin to seal it together. And we made sure we kept all of our registration marks. All right, now we're going to have to start heat shaping the top of our helmet. We're gonna have to bend it this direction and that direction. And I just stacked up a bunch of rolls of tape and we took our styrofoam ball and we put it in place, and we're gonna use that. We're gonna heat up our foam to get it soft, and then we're gonna shape it. Ooh, it's getting kind of hot. I'll bring this in. See that? We just roll it around the ball and we hold it while it cools. Hold it in some spots. Cup it around your styrofoam ball. All right, now there's a nice curve on this side. Now we're going to hit this other side. All right, we're going to bring this in. Cup it as we're doing it so that it molds around that shape of the styrofoam ball. All right, there we go. Nice and shaped. And there we go. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. We use an extra piece of foam, a little wedge. That way we can get down into the very, very tip of the triangle. All right, now we'll give those 5 minutes. All right, time to make contact. Gonna line this up at the end. There you go, look at that. That's how easy it worked. Very smooth, look at that. Cement down in the corners like that. Give it 5 minutes and then bam, contact. make contact, line our edge up, make sure our registration mark touches, just like that. Now we want to line our end up perfectly, just like that. Line it up right at our point. Go just like that. Okay, there's our top piece of our helmet. Here's our two sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in next and we're going to attach this piece to this side using our registration marks. All right, there we go. Give it a few minutes. All right, time to stick. And now we're going to line our edge up flush. And now we have to be really careful to line up our registration marks on this part. Just like that. Boom. See that? We got a good start. Okay, now we really got to start stretching here. There we go, because we want our registration mark to line up just like that. See what we had to do? We had to really force the foam in place. But it's right there together. Not one single gap in the seam, and all of the registration marks lined up. Now we do this side. Very nice. All right, there we go. Okay, now we're going to come in with our X-Acto knife. Nice. All right, now we're going to pop out the eye holes. There we go. All right, now that's our underneath base piece. So once we attach this to the helmet, then we can build all of our front pieces on top of it. This piece is going to attach to the front of the helmet. So we made our center mark right here. So we know it's going to line up with this center mark. And we measured all the way around to where it's going to stop on both sides. So now we know we have to contact cement in this area and the top of this area. And what we're going to do real quick is we're going to tighten up this edge just so that we have a nice tight surface for the contact cement to sit on. Just give it a few minutes. All right, ready to make contact. Start right in the center, just like that. Okay. Line up your edge. Get to this little gap right here and push down tight. There we go. You see how easy this is? You can totally do this. Oh yeah. Okay, now we transferred our nose piece over to foam, which we're going to attach right on the bottom like this. We're going to seal it. Going to beat a super glue on there like that. Line it up. Hold it while it bonds. All right, there we go. All right, here's our pieces for the bridge of our nose on our helmet. Cool, look at that. And they gradually step down each time. Really neat. All right, now what we're going to do is this part of the helmet is flat, but then when we get to this part of the helmet, it starts curving. So what we want to do is we brought this in and we made a mark right about where the helmet starts to curve. So now from this point all the way down, we're going to slightly shape this a little bit round so that when it lays down on top of the helmet, it goes down flatter. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our styrofoam ball, standing on a piece of PVC. That's it. We're just going to hold it stretched around the styrofoam ball like that. See that? Now it's just enough to have a little curve there in the middle. We're going to heat up the next section. All right, now we'll go to the last part. All right, now, might be hard to tell on camera, but now this thing has a slight curve on the back side of it. Give it a few minutes. Time to make contact. And every time we add a little bit, we make sure we get good contact all the way down. Like that. We make sure that we get good contact on both sides. It's a piece of metal bent around the helmet. All right, now we're going to bring in pieces 2 and 3 right here. All right, we've got all 3 pieces cemented. Give it 5 minutes and then bam, contact. All right, now we're going to come in with piece number 2. Get it in there nice and tight like that. Now we're going to come in with piece number 3, do the same thing, get it in there nice and tight. Gradually steps down 4 times by using different thickness pieces of foam. Wow, is that cool? All right, we're going to start to cut out our circle pieces, which are going to stack up on top of each other and live on the sides of the helmet where the horns come out of. And this thick, or actually this 1/4 inch piece, we're going to use the X-Acto knife for, and these 1/2 inch pieces we're going to rip out on the bandsaw, so be right back. All right, there's our 2 circles cut out on the bandsaw. We'll be able to clean those up with sanding sticks and they'll be nice and crisp. All right, this is going to be nice and easy. We're going to come in, stick our knife up, and we're just going to spin around. There we go. Now we'll do the other one. We have our dust mask on, we have our Dremel ready. Now we're going to come in with our 220 sanding stick and we're going to take off the bandsaw marks. Now we're taking the little tiny frays off the edge, like that, the little fuzzies. All right, now you know what we do after we Dremel and we sanding stick. Bam! The beast comes out. Oh yeah. Nice and smooth and tight and rounded corners. We went from this with square edges and the little frays all around the end of it. See that? The little fuzzies all the way around the bottom side. And the bandsaw marks started like this, ended up like that. No bandsaw marks, smooth round corners, nice tight foam. Awesome. Now we'll do this one. All right, all 4 pieces are cemented. All right, we waited 5 minutes. Time to make contact. All right, look at that. There we go. Not perfectly centered, which is exactly what we wanted. We didn't put crosshairs on there to line it up. We eyeballed it. So we've got the flat hard edge around the bottom. We've got the nice soft rounded edge. Now when we come in and we sculpt our horn, pow, it's gonna come out of there like that. All right, they're both cemented. Give it 5 minutes. All right, time to make contact. Super easy. We're just gonna line it up. come around the back side, just make sure we line up, just like that. We're going to all right, now we're going to do our two brow pieces that go in right here and right here. And now when you start building, even if your measurements are correct, once you start building and foam starts stretching, sometimes things don't fit perfectly, so you have to kind of double check and measure as you're going. And here's an instance where this is not completely centered, so this dimension is going to be a tiny bit different than this dimension. So this is one of those occasions where even though you have a template, you have to line up your piece at the curve and measure across and make sure you've got the right measurement. So we did that, and we made our slight adjustments to our piece, and now we're going to cut them out. Okay, so now this piece is going to come in, it's going to line up right there real nice, and it's going to go boop and fit right in there. Yeah. Give it a few minutes. All right, time to make contact. All right, now we're going to bring this in, and we're going to touch it down right there. See how we did that? We touched that part down first. We guarantee that it sticks, and then we make contact. All right, sweet. Okay, here's an example of how sometimes you have to adjust on the fly, which you just saw us do here. We had to adjust the length of our piece, we had to stretch it, and but look at that, it goes down great. Perfect. Now this side. See, we did it again. We put this end down first to make sure that it lines up, then we can smooth the rest down. Okay, now we're going to cut our little strips that we're going to line around the eye and the cheek. Now there's no template for those, we're just going to cut foam for that. And we marked out our little marks. We're going to do about 1/8 of an inch for each strip. Quick hit, just like that. We don't want to spend too much time, just like that. And we're going to cut a tiny little bit of an angle here, just like this. Now the reason we cut that little angle is we want this to fit right in there like so. See that? Just like that. That's it. Just run right along the edge, and we're going to cut it. Now we do it on this side. Just like that. Definitely want to wear gloves when you're using super glue, because man, if even a drop gets on your skin and it sticks, you're in trouble. All right, we're just gonna keep going. Nice detail. Wow. All right, now we've got our back piece that's hanging over, and it's sticking out right there. Very simple. We're gonna come in and we're gonna cut it. And that's it. That's simple. All right, now we transferred our template over to our foam for our neck piece. It's gonna hang off the back of the helmet. Don't know what it's for. I'm guessing it's to protect your head from getting separated from your body when you're not paying attention on the battlefield. So, keeping our blades straight up. We don't want to tilt it. Beautiful. Like that. Now we're going to come with our box cutter. We're going to keep our knife at a 90-degree angle. All right, I think this might be a tiny bit too long. This is our template. Let's slide it up. Even though this is the way the template is drawn, let's shorten it. I drew it this way, but now that we're looking at it, it might be too long. Right there. Okay, now that slightly shortened the back end. I think that's a little better. So, X-Acto blade, go right through like that. See that? And we're going to follow right through. All right, we're going to bring our heat gun in. We're going to heat up the back side of our neck piece. All right, now we're going to roll this. Now we're doing that just because we want to put a slight curve in this piece so that when we get ready to put it down, it's already got a little bit of a curve to it. All right, there we go. Beautiful. We're also going to come back around here and we're going to hit the bottom edge of our helmet where we're going to glue just like that, but not too much because we don't want to mess up the contact cement. All right, now we're sealed. All right, now since we curved this is going to come in just like that. Wow, it's going to be so jamming. All right, let's contact cement and do it. All right, wait a few minutes. All right, here we go. Now gotta be careful with this one. Now, we have to also make sure that this mark we made lines up right in the center. So we're going to, looks like we're gonna be lining up right on the mark. All right, look. All right, look at that, nice. Here we go, ready for contact. Bam. Like we've talked about before, sometimes you just gotta channel your inner Peter Parker. Make sure those fingers are nimble and ready to stretch all over the place, and make sure that you are not making contact where you don't want to, and that you are making contact where you do want to. All right, we're looking pretty tight right around here. We're looking tight all the way around the back. Little tiny bump right there, but we're gonna cover that with a strip, so it's okay. Super tight right in there. Good. All right, there you go. Piece of cake. You saw how easy that was. We built the whole top half of the helmet. We built the underneath face piece of the helmet, and we built the neck protector on the back. We got all that built. That's the main structure of the helmet. Piece of cake. Now, in the next episode, making an EVA foam Viking helmet part 2, we're gonna do all the details on this thing. It's gonna be crazy. We've got all the spikes, we've got all the stripping, we've got all the gashes, we've got the dents, we've got the horns. Man, the next episode's gonna rock. So that concludes making an EVA foam Viking helmet part 1. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're gonna go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.